Cops slap a black mother, then she makes a phone call to her husband, a Navy SEAL. Approximately 9-minute narration, 1,500 words. Hook. The grocery bags hit the pavement. An apple rolled into the street. Before anyone could react, a police officer shoved a young black mother against her car. Then came a slap that echoed across the parking lot. The crowd froze. Her 8-year-old daughter screamed, "Mom!" Fighting back tears, the woman reached into her pocket, picked up her phone with trembling hands, and whispered only 5 words. "Honey, I need your help." No one standing there realized that the man who answered wasn't just her husband. He was a highly decorated U.S. Navy SEAL. But what happened next wasn't about revenge. It was about justice, courage, and the power of compassion. The beginning. 34-year-old Maya Johnson worked 2 jobs in Norfolk, Virginia. She volunteered at a food pantry every Saturday, helped elderly neighbors with groceries, and spent every free moment raising her daughter, Lily. Her husband, Chief Petty Officer Daniel Johnson, had spent years serving as a Navy SEAL. Because of deployments, he was away more often than home. Still, every night, no matter where he was, he called his family. To Lily, he wasn't a hero. He was simply Dad. One rainy afternoon, Maya stopped at a supermarket after work. She was exhausted. Bills were piling up. Lily had outgrown her school shoes. Money was tight. As they loaded groceries into the car, 2 officers suddenly approached. A witness had reported a vehicle matching Maya's as being involved in a nearby hit-and-run. The license plate was similar, but not the same. Officer Briggs demanded, "Step away from the vehicle." Maya remained calm. "There must be a mistake. I can show you my registration." Before she could finish, one officer grabbed her arm. She instinctively pulled back in surprise. The second officer misunderstood the movement. Within seconds, Maya was shoved against the car. A quick slap landed across her face as the officers struggled to control what they believed was a resisting suspect. Lily burst into tears. People nearby pulled out their phones. An unexpected witness. Among the crowd stood Mrs. Eleanor Brooks, a retired school principal. She had taught for 40 years. She watched the entire incident unfold. Quietly but firmly, she stepped forward. "Officers," she said, "this woman has done nothing aggressive." One officer asked her to step back. Instead, Eleanor began comforting Lily. "It's okay, sweetheart. Your mom isn't alone." Her kindness helped calm the frightened child. The phone call. Once the officers realized Maya was no longer resisting, they allowed her to retrieve her phone. With shaking hands, she called Daniel. "Honey, I'm okay." But something happened. Daniel listened quietly. He didn't shout. He didn't threaten anyone. He simply asked, "Are you and Lily safe?" "Yes, I'm coming." The truth emerges. Minutes later, another patrol unit arrived. A supervisor reviewed the information. The actual suspect's vehicle had a different model and a different plate. The stop had been based on an incorrect match. The officers looked at one another. The realization slowly settled in. A serious mistake had been made. Officer Briggs lowered his head. "I'm sorry." But Maya's cheeks still hurt. And Lily was still crying. Daniel arrives. An hour later, Daniel arrived, not in uniform, but in jeans and a simple jacket. He hugged Lily first, then Maya. He looked at the officers and spoke calmly. "I'm not here to argue. I'm here to understand." His calm surprised everyone. The supervisor explained everything honestly. Daniel listened without interrupting. Then he said something unexpected. "We all make mistakes, but accountability is what defines our character." The parking lot fell silent. Choosing compassion, Maya looked at the officers. She could see genuine regret on their faces. Officer Briggs stepped forward. "I've been an officer for 12 years. I've never wanted to hurt an innocent person. I'm deeply sorry." Maya took a long breath. Then she said, "My daughter needs to see that strength isn't about holding on to anger. It's about choosing what makes tomorrow better." A new beginning. Over the following weeks, the police department reached out to Maya and Daniel. Together, they organized a community event where officers and local families could meet, talk, and rebuild trust. Children climbed into police vehicles. Officers played basketball with neighborhood teens. Parents shared their concerns. Police leaders listened. Mrs. Eleanor Brooks attended too. Lily ran up and hugged her. "Thank you for staying with me." Eleanor smiled. Kindness is easiest when it's needed most. The emotional climax. During the event, Officer Briggs knelt beside Lily. "I'm sorry I scared you." Lily looked at her mother. Maya nodded gently. Lily reached out and gave the officer a small hug. The officer's eyes filled with tears. Many people watching wiped away their own. That simple moment reminded everyone that healing begins when people choose empathy over pride. A year later, the annual community day had become a tradition. Crime reports in the neighborhood had declined. More young people trusted local officers enough to report problems. Families felt heard. Daniel continued serving his country. Maya expanded her volunteer work. Officer Briggs became an instructor, teaching new recruits about communication, de-escalation, and treating every person with dignity. At the recreation center hung a framed quote chosen by Lily. "Real heroes don't just protect people. They respect them." Visitors stopped to read it every day. Ending. Life can change in a single moment. A misunderstanding can create fear. An apology can begin healing. And one act of compassion can inspire an entire community. Daniel never needed to prove he was a Navy SEAL. His greatest strength wasn't found in military training. It was found in his patience. Maya's greatest victory wasn't winning an argument. It was showing her daughter that forgiveness and accountability can exist together. Because true courage isn't about seeking revenge. It's about choosing justice with humanity. And sometimes, the strongest people in the room are the ones who respond to pain with compassion, leaving the world just a little better than they found it.